channel. My name is Leah and I am here in Switzerland and these are my Swiss vlogs. So as you can see from the title, this video is not going to be very positive, unfortunately. I just wanted to be completely open and honest. Today was a very rough day and I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but I just didn't know if it was the time yet. I've only been in Switzerland for 6 months and I don't know. I just feel like when you know, you know, and personally, I just don't think Switzerland is for me. I'll say it just flat out, I just don't think Switzerland is for me. To be honest, I don't feel completely happy here. And I don't know if it's just my job or if it's Switzerland, if it's Basel, I don't know. But I just don't feel very happy, to be completely honest. And I am ready to go. I am ready to go. I really am. If somebody got me a ticket to leave tomorrow, I would pack my shit and go. I probably actually wouldn't pack it, I would just go. And it feels so good to say that because I really haven't admitted that to myself yet because of many reasons. Number one, if I try to talk to anybody about how I feel, they automatically I don't know, they criticize my decision and they automatically pin me as being ungrateful because they're like, oh, but you're in Switzerland. You should be so happy you're in Switzerland. And then they're like, but you're in Switzerland. Like, what a great opportunity. What a great, how amazing. You're in Switzerland. Yes, I'm in Switzerland. Switzerland has its pros and it has its cons, just like any country. And I don't think they understand that. If you haven't lived here, you don't understand that. If you've never lived abroad, you don't understand that. So that's made it extremely hard for me to open up to anybody about my unhappiness here, so I just haven't. So I've just kind of bottled it up. But to be honest, it kind of started with the racism part of Switzerland. It started there. To be completely honest, I mean, Switzerland was always just, I don't know, it was put on a pedestal for me. I mean, I knew about Switzerland. My parents were Swiss, and I knew so much, this much about Switzerland, but it seemed like I knew everything, but I didn't know everything. I only knew this much about Switzerland, and then I came here, and then I did see some of the negative aspects of Switzerland, and Switzerland used to be this fantasy, amazing place for me, and then I came here and I did see some of the negative things, and it kind of put me off, to be honest. And number one, I'm not judging Switzerland as a whole. There's so many amazing things about Switzerland. There's probably more pros than cons to Switzerland, but the cons, to me personally, outweigh the pros just because of my personality, and I will tell you why. Some of it I talked about in my last video, but let me pull out my notepad because I always write everything down because I ramble. Is the work-life balance here in Switzerland that I have started to slowly notice. So I don't know, just from my observations, it seems like everybody just goes to work and they come home, they don't do much afterwards, and there's actually not much room to do stuff afterwards because things close early. So it's since I've been here, I found myself in this rut, this cycle of going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home. Even on the weekends, it seems like people don't do too much. They go shopping on the weekend, but that's about it. So I feel like I'm in this rut, and the friends that I do have, I mean, sometimes they want to do stuff, but a lot of times they don't want to do stuff because they're there's not that balance, and the weekends is mainly for family, it seems like. So I mean, a lot of my friends have significant others, or they're married, they have kids, so that weekend time is dedicated to them. So it's really, I just don't, it's on the weekends I don't do anything, on the weekdays I don't do anything. So literally, since I've been in Switzerland, other than me traveling by myself, it's I go to work and I come home. And that I don't like. In America, that's different. People will go out and have a drink on Tuesday, Wednesday night. They don't care. You know, they do stuff throughout the week. And I don't know. So that's something that I don't really like about Switzerland, and it's just kind of made me unhappy. It's hard to make friends here in Switzerland. It's very hard. And I mean, there's a big expat community, but that's just expats. So if you want to make Swiss friends, which I'd love to make Swiss friends, it's super hard. And I mean, I'm very grateful for my channel, because through my channel, I've had Swiss people reach out to me and we've become friends, but I just know that it's hard to get a deep rooted, good friendship with a Swiss person, because they already have their friendships from people from grade school. So even though I might make some Swiss friends, it's gonna be so hard to like make close friends here. And that's, I mean, it's the same everywhere, but I feel like here it's so much harder because people aren't very outgoing and open and extroverts. They're not openly nice. Like, Swiss people are nice. I'm not saying they're not nice, but they're not just so outwardly friendly. So I can't walk down the street and somebody says, hey, how's it going? How's it going? How's your day? Oh, I like your shirt. Like, that's not the conversations that go on here. So it's hard to make friends because you're not going to be able to bump into a stranger and have a conversation that might lead to, hey, let's go get coffee, you know, which is very typical in America. You can bump into somebody, you can sit next to somebody on the bus, you could bump into somebody on the street, and hey, you might have like something to do on the weekend. So that's super hard. Honestly, a lot of people just seem unhappy here. I've noticed that, and I've brought this to people's attention and they've told me it's because of the weather. They told me that people are actually more happy in the summer, and then they're smiling more, they're more like laughing. That does sound good, but also I don't know how happy I am living in a place where people are only happy in the summer. And the summer here is only like 2 months. So that's why I'm like, okay, no, that's great that they're happy in the summer, but this is a long winter. Like when I got here, it was already like winter and it's March and it's still cold and raining and dreary and people are still not smiling. So that was like, I don't know if I want to live in a place like that, because I'm such like a bubbly, like happy person. It like puts a damper on my bubbliness and happiness, because I don't know. So that's just something that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can deal with that. And that just goes on to the weather sucking. Like, I don't know if I can deal with this weather. Like, there's been so many weeks where I literally had weather depression. And if you don't know what that is, look that up. Like, Google that. That's a legitimate thing where you can become depressed. It's a different type of depression than, you know, clinical, psychological depression. But it is a type of depression where the weather can change your moods and give you like mood swings. And I have definitely experienced that many times. Like, there has been months where I have not seen the sun for like 2 or 3 weeks. That is difficult because I was born and raised in places where the sun shined pretty much 365 days a year. So personally, for me, the weather is very hard to adapt to. Not seeing the sun, the whole not getting vitamin D thing is just very difficult for me, and it's very depressing, and I don't know if I can live in a place where the climate is like this. The sky is gray. Today, the sky is gray. Yesterday, it was gray. The day before, it was gray. Like, it is so hard. And I mean, some people grow up in that climate, and so this probably wouldn't be a big deal for them. But for me, it is a big deal for me, and it's really hard. And I don't know if I can live here with the weather being like this. And then lastly, I kind of was reflecting on that last video that I made about how Switzerland changed me, and I feel like I just can't be myself here. I can be myself at work for the most part, not completely. I feel like I'm normally here, but I have to like tone it down a little bit because my personality is too much. It's too much for them. They're just not used to it. And it's just too much because I am opinionated, I am blunt, I am silly, I laugh a lot, I make jokes, I make dirty jokes, I am extremely sarcastic, and I think that's too much, so I have to tone it down at work, but I'm still able to have some parts of myself there. But on the street, like just in Switzerland, if I'm not at work, I cannot be myself at all, to be honest, and it has to do with the language barrier, it has to do with everything, because although at this point I can speak Swiss German, I cannot speak to the point of being able to show my personality through the Swiss German because I'm still struggling with, you know, vocabulary and stuff. So then I feel like my personality gets lost within the translation from English to Swiss German. But all in all, I just don't want it to seem like I am just ungrateful and I don't like anything about Switzerland, because if you've watched my other videos, that's just not true. Switzerland is still, first of all, I don't regret moving here at all. I really do not. I am extremely grateful for this opportunity. There's just so many positives about Switzerland in general. Switzerland is a great country, but I just don't think it's for me. I really don't. And I also don't think it's for me at this point in my life because I'm still young and I just want to have fun. I want to be adventurous. Like it's great. I want to go somewhere where the sun is shining all the time and where I can go to like the beach on a Wednesday afternoon after work, or, you know, I don't know. Is that too much to ask? That's where I want to be right now in my life. Later on, when I have kids, I can come here to Switzerland and just go to work and come home and like be mommy and stuff. But right now, I want to be on the beach somewhere sipping a pina colada at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what I want to do. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to say bye, Switzerland. I'm ready. But yes, that's just some honesty for you guys. I don't know. I've been thinking about what the heck I'm gonna do. What's next? I don't know. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. But thanks for watching me ramble and with my negativity. Thanks for sticking along with that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.